Hello, this is Miss Rachel with the Otago Prattville Public Library, and today I'm going to show you the craft from our craft kit for this week for Thursday, August 13th, our Zoom live story time, which was at 9 o'clock. If you want to join us for a future live story time, they're on Zoom, and they're Tuesdays at 10 a.m. for preschoolers and Fridays at 9 a.m. for toddlers. You can message us on Facebook or email rparlier@appl.info for the meeting invitation, and I'll stick my email below here for you so you can shoot me an email if you're interested in joining in live. But for those of you who couldn't come today and want to see how the craft is done, we're going to take out our craft bag. We've only got 2 crafts left in here now, and we're going to take out one big paper plate and one half paper plate, and we're going to reach way in the bottom of the bag and take out this little brass brad. This little metal thingy that is kind of bendy is called a brad, and it helps hold things together, especially paper. It's great at holding paper together. So we're going to set that over in our work area, and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is take our big plate and use a black crayon or marker or whatever type of colors you have. You can use colored pencils. Miss Rachel's using an oil crayon so that the colors really pop when we're doing this on video for you. And I put a line right down the middle from the top to the bottom of the plate. Now I'm going to turn it so that the line goes side to side, and I'm going to do another line right from the very tippy top all the way to the bottom. So before we had our plate divided into halves, now we have our plate divided into quarters, 4 pieces. Now we're going to cut the quarters in half and make them eighths. So we're going to take our crayon and cut this one in half, and if you just keep going, it cuts the other side in half too. And then we're going to twist it and do it one more time, all the way from the top to the middle, all the way to the bottom. And now it looks a little bit like a spider web or a pie that's been cut into pieces. It could be a pizza pie. There's all sorts of options. So this craft is for Brown Bear, and we want to make all the colors that Brown Bear sees. So first we're going to start with some red. Do you guys remember what animal Brown Bear saw that was red? Tell me in the comments. So I'm going to color one section red, and I'm going to stay inside the black lines as best as I can. There we go. Next, let's do orange. Same thing, I'm going to move on to the next section and color the next little slice of color pie. I'm going to color this nice, beautiful, vibrant orange. Remember to put your cap back on your markers when you're done, or if you're using colored pencils, it's good to keep them nice and sharp and tidy. And if you're using crayons, you want to be gentle so you don't break them. It's important to take good care of your art supplies so that they last you a long time. We've got our yellow here. Red, orange, yellow. Can anyone tell me what color comes next in the rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green. I'm going to color green in the next section. And I like my sections to be really full of color, almost all the way colored in. But if you want to do just little dots of green or of each color, or you could do different patterns for each color, the options for creativity in this project are endless. You could really do all sorts of fun and creative things. I'd love to see what you create, see what you come up with, how you do yours like mine or different than mine. I think that is such a fun part of arts and crafts, is seeing how everybody creates. Blue, I'm going to do some purple. Purple is Miss Rachel's favorite color. Purple is Miss Barb's favorite color too. I'm going to shift my plate around a little bit to make sure that I'm coloring over my paper towel so that I don't make a big mess on my table. That's another good tip for taking care of your art area. Let's see. We have almost all of our colors. I'm going to add some black and then leave one section white. And then we will be good to go for our color wheel. Groovy, we are all colored in. Now I do have a white color here, but I'm not going to use it on here because the paper plate is already white. If you were using a different color paper plate though, you could use a white crayon, for example. Next, we're going to create our bear with this. So the first thing we're going to want to do is take our scissors and cut our little plate, our little half a plate, in half. Just like before when we turned this into quarters, remember? Look, 2 of these pieces equal 1 of this piece. Pretty cool, huh? Now, you guessed it, we're going to set one of these aside and take the other one and cut it in half again. So I'm going to start at the little tip and cut all the way up towards the outside. Now we have 8ths, just like our pie pieces. Now these are going to be the bear's ears. So I'm going to stack them on top of each other, and I'm going to cut them with a little circle or a half circle on top. And that makes it look a little bit like little bear ears that are poking out and saying hi. So now we've got to do a little bit more coloring. I'm going to set my scissors aside. We're finished with those. And our bear in this story is brown. Brown bear, right? So we're going to put some eyeballs on him first. I'm going to do black for his eyeballs. And just do a nice big dot. I like to keep my eyes simple sometimes. And then we'll color the rest of his face brown and color the ears brown. Ooh, I just had an idea. Let me use a little bit of this pink to do the inside of the ears. I'm just going to put a dot of pink on each ear here. Perfect, and then I can color the brown all the way around. So here's my brown. And I'll do an ear first, I think. Now the ear, because I'm going to glue it down here at the bottom, I don't feel like I need to color down here, but you can if you want to. If you want to be sure all your parts are showing up as brown, you can absolutely color the whole thing. But I'm going to skip a little bit down there just so my glue sticks well, because these oil crayons can be a little slippery. So there's one ear. Oops, I missed a spot. There we go. And here's my other ear. Color him in. Do you guys know what sound bears make? How do you spell that? Can you type that in the comments? Okay, awesome. Now let's color our bear's face. And I'm just coloring pretty quickly because I have lots of other crafts to do today. But you guys can take your time and be as artistic and as careful or as messy and creative as you want. Just be sure, like I said, be sure you're taking good care of your art supplies and your work area so that your grown-ups don't have a whole lot of work to do when you're done cleaning up after you. That's why I like this paper towel on the background. It just kind of soaks up all my mess. Cool. So there's my brown bear, and we need to attach his ears, so I'm going to use a glue stick, and I'm going to flip my bear face over and put a little bit of glue on the bottom of each ear with my glue stick, and then press it on the back of my bear's face. But I want to make sure that the colored part of the ear is facing forward or facing down towards where you're pressing. That way when we flip it over, you get the whole bear. Awesome. Now this bear, I don't know, I smell something fishy with this bear. I think this bear might smell something fishy too. Wait a second, this bear can't smell anything. He doesn't have a nose. Let's grab our brad, and we're going to go a little bit up from the corner where the nose should be, and we're going to poke the brad carefully, or have a grown-up help you. Poke it through the paper plate. And it's okay if the paper plate folds a little bit while you do this. This is a great spot for a grown-up to help you so you don't poke your fingertips. And there we've got our bear's nose attached. Now we can use our bear's nose to attach the bear to our big paper plate color wheel. So I'm going to stick that through the center as well, so that it comes out on the other side. The pokey part does. And then we're going to take one of the pokey pieces and the other one and push them away from each other. And you can kind of push them down flat on the plate, like that. Now we can say, brown bear, what do you see? I see an orange goldfish looking at me. Brown bear, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. And you can play with this all the time, so long as you take good care of it. So that's our crafts for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all again soon.